He is the former multi-time light heavyweight champion of the world.
Look at this. These fights are so up for it. Look at that.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Chelyabinsk in Russia, here is the hard-hitting 3-time light heavyweight champion of the world, Sergey Crusher Kovalev. Fighting out of the blue corner, hailing from Florida, here is the 3-time world champion, the Magic Man, Antonio Tarver.
Fans are ready, and it looks like the fighters are now ready.
Todd, it's a pleasure and an honor to be here at this venue. It's going to be something special.
What a great venue, and what a great matchup. Cannot wait for this one.
Good luck.
Here we go for round 1. Drop the guard now. What do you think of that decision? They exchange punches. Nice counter shot. Nice counter punch right up the middle. A perfect counter shot. Got out of the way of that right hook. Straight right just misses. So much pre-match drama before this showdown. Who could forget what we saw yesterday at the weigh-in? These two boxers are finally ready to get it on.
It's so hot, it's so heated, there's a roof on here, you don't understand it. When you're working, when the noise is there, the pressure's on, you're thirsty, you're sweating, and you're on the wrong side of a beating. This can be hellfire on there.
Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? Can't score with that jab. Beautiful counter shot. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Kovalev that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knockout.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and...
Here we go, round 2. Who's going to land the first big shot? So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Well done with that counter shot. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, you want to bait them in to throw first. Make them think you're going to throw a punch so that they exchange.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Misses with the jab. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Good counter punch. Not a lot of defense here at all. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That counter shot lands. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. That last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Get that jab back. Just box him. Just be smart.
Here we go in round 3. Who's gonna land the first big shot? Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
How about that time counter shot? The straight right just misses. Catch and shoot. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. Which fighter will say no mas? Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. And he scores with the counter. You'd like to see more jabs. Tried to score with a jab. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. That last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes. There's the bell for round 4. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Swing and a miss with that hook. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice counter. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Just misses with that jab. Good counter punching. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Kovalev that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
focus.
Time for the 5th round. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Beautiful counter punch. Good-looking hook, but it was blocked. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Nice slip to avoid the jab. Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a terror. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way, and they'll get...
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. That last round. That bell could not have come. Here we go in the 6th round. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him up. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
These two fighters are made for one another. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Can't score with that right uppercut. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Both men step back for just a moment. Down goes Kovalev. And as we see it again, there's no way to get up when you get clipped with a shot like that.
1, 2,
Kovalev that last round. So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round.
Can make or break a fighter.
Just take the round off.
There's the bell to start round 7. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your...
Is a massive knockdown. Let's take another look.
I need to see that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Give me your ball.
Can't believe they managed to beat the count, but that could be the last hurrah.
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight's capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Look at that shot to the head, and there's no way they were going to stand up to that one.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
So it's onward and upward after a knockout win here.
What a build-up. What a journey towards this fight. What a fight itself. The crowd enjoyed it. The fighters enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed it. And what a way to end the fight. There's no mistake there about who won. What a shot.
keep striving until my lungs can't breathe. They're all tired, I don't know about fatigue. Got my bros back if we come under siege. Got my dogs with me, I ain't carrying a leash. Thank the Lord for my freedom of speech, cause I say what I like and I do what I please. Brothers think I didn't train for this my whole life. Tried to tell them it didn't come with ease. They must have thought that I didn't put in graft. Stayed fully focused and stuck to the task. When it paid off, I was like at last. Them other brothers can kiss my ass. And I promise you that I wouldn't wanna be ya. Them man ain't got this energy, do ya? I cannot feel that vibe going through ya. Flat battery like my dead computer. Told them once and I tell them again. Giving up's not an option, I'll fight to the end. Physical attributes at 10 out of 10. So trying to catch me, I wouldn't recommend. Told them once and I tell them again. Giving up's not an option, I'll fight to the end. Physical attributes at 10 out of 10. So trying to catch me, I wouldn't recommend. I'm from a different life, different type, energies, flows, vibes. I'm from a different life, different type, energies, flows, vibes. They couldn't top this. Winning team going crazy, it's like a mosh pit. Lonely at the top, they won't give what it's costing. Told them once and I tell them again. Giving up's not an option, I'll fight to the end.
Welcome to the WBC Arena, and what an atmosphere we have here tonight. I'm Todd Grisham, and next to me for the broadcast, the one and only Johnny Nelson.
About time, too.
Time for our tale of the tape.
Antonio Tarver, 188 centimeters tall with a reach of 191.
So here's the crusher, Sergey Kovalev. He's 6 foot tall with a reach.
Antonio Tarver, multiple light heavyweight world champions, including the WBA, WBC, and
here comes the crusher. What a career this man has had. 36 wins and 30 coming by knockout.
It'll be ding-ding from first brother off.
And now for the official introductions. We turn it over to the world-renowned Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, hailing from Florida, here is the 3-time world champion, the Magic Man, Antonio Tarver. Fighting out of the blue.
One of the hottest tickets around. It's standing room. Build up to this fight has been incredible. Both of these men verbally sparring for weeks, and now they get it on for real. Looks like he's going to move around the ring a little bit more. Try some stick and move. Catch and shoot. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Straight right just misses. Beautiful counter shot. A perfect counter shot. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. So much hype surrounding this big matchup as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
It's so hot, so heated, there's a roof on here, you don't understand it. When you're working, when the noise is there, the pressure's on, you're thirsty, you're sweating, and you're on the wrong side of a beating. This can be hellfire on here.
I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Each other. A perfect counter lands. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Tarver in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
You can't leave it up to the...
On to the second round. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Do you believe this? This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
They exchange punches. The straight right just misses. Those counter punches have to hurt. Jab misses. Swing and a miss with that hook. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Tarver in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how on to the third. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter shot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Let's go with that right uppercut. Nice counter. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Punch, counter punch. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Good counter punching. Tried to score with a jab. That counter punch caught him clean. He threw a punch and just got countered. I don't care who you are. When you get caught with a body shot like that, you're going down.
That's lights out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Listen to me. Are you okay?
The final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. Let's talk about Tarver in that last round. Beaten, bruised, and battered, but somehow he's still in it.
They believe their fighter has it in the...
Now it's a tough fight.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Something has got to change after 2 knockdowns in the last round.
I have no idea what they have left. How did you come back from something like that? Not out twice? I mean, where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
counter shot lands. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. One punch could change everything in this battle. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
And he scores with the counter. Which fighter will say no mas? One moment changes everything, especially in this division. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Tarver in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that. Back into the fray here in round 5. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Good counter punch. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
There's a counter shot. Can't land the jab there. Hold that thought. Uh-oh, the Crusher in trouble. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Caution being thrown to the wind. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Tarver in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, there's the bell for round 6. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Nice counter shot. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
Sometimes
Down goes Kovalev. Thank goodness we've got instant replay. We get to see it again.
even I've got to see that again. Where did...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you continue?
The referee says we will fight on. Not sure about this one.
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Need to turn this around halfway through.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. Looks like he's going to survive the round here, but just barely. Let's talk about Kovalev that last round. What a huge momentum swing that's going to... Here comes round 7. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They've staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Done with that counter shot. So much firepower here. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Swing and a miss with the jab. Very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Straight right, just misses. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Incredible work rate. The only fear you have with this fighter is has he punched himself out? A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Tarver in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that. And we enter the 8th round. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
My motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Beautiful counter punch. Kovalev is hurt. No, we don't see a knockdown.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
How about that time counter shot? Kovalev is dazed. Onslaught is over, at least for now.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be hard.
Everything looks better in slow motion. Let's take another look.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come to me.
The referee deems they can continue, but this might be a big mistake.
He's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up on the stool again? That was a shot.
Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. No surprises, we get a unanimous decision there.
What a whitewash. You know, that's...
Now what we gonna do right here is settle the score. Look around you. We got a whole room full of monsters. We gonna shut it down like this. Let's go.